Hello, everyone, and welcome to Inspiring Life Candid Conversations with leaders, influencers, first time authors, and entrepreneurs. So, our guest for today is a highly sought after wealth coach, author, and trainer. After a successful career in media, she transitioned into the world of finance, where she has built a thriving practice helping breadwinners, entrepreneurs, and professionals design winning financial plans. As the author of Couple Power and their latest book, How to Live Your Life Extraordinary, she blends practical money strategies with real life stories that inspire action. She's also a trusted trainer and keynote speaker, having mentored business owners, sales leaders, and communities on money mindset, financial literacy, and creating multiple streams of income. Through her work with Manulife Philippines and her platform Abundance Multiplier PH, she champions her belief that every breadwinner deserves a winning plan. Today, she continues to empower individuals and families to protect their future, grow their wealth, and live abundantly. So please welcome my coach, Janice Senyoring de la Cruz. Hi, Coach Janice. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Hi, May. Yes, thank you very much, May, for the privilege of being invited for your podcast. And I'm so grateful. I'm so happy that finally you have stepped out of your comfort zone and into your courage zone to finally release your very own podcast. So, congrats.
Thank you. And that's a push from you. So, can you tell us a little bit more, Coach, about yourself and how your journey as a wealth coach began?
So, yeah, that's 15 years ago. 15 years ago, I decided to take that leap of faith to be part of the financial services industry, the life insurance industry, through the help of my mom and also my boss, my branch head in the company. So prior to that, as mentioned in your introduction, I used to be part of the media, TV production, wherein I was producing shows. And the reason why I decided at the age of 30 to become an entrepreneur is precisely because I wanted work-life balance or work-life integration or work-life harmony. I can't take the schedule, like I don't see myself growing old, that I'm still in that industry where there are a lot of stress, um, workloads, and pressure. So I decided to take the leap of faith because I know that becoming an entrepreneur, you don't have any fixed income, right? So it's a challenge for you to be disciplined, consistent in terms of how you would run your own business so that you will have the income that you want, right? So that's actually the risk that I was taking on at that time. And I'm so just grateful because I have the support of my mother. And then eventually at that time I was still single when I joined the industry. And eventually after 5 years, I got married. And I'm so grateful for my husband for still supporting me on my business for the past 10 years. So
Wow. As you
yeah, so
mentioned, no? From comfort
that's
zone to
it.
courage zone. Wow.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
what inspired you to become an author and eventually write not just one but several books?
Yes. So eventually, way back 2013, I attended the book writing workshop of Brother Bo Sanchez. So I really am inspired by Brother Bo Sanchez. I really value all his teachings. And so I see myself becoming an author and invested in that program. It's, I think, a 4-day boot camp in Tagaytay where I met a lot of distinguished speakers, authors, one of which is our dear friend JC, Coach JC Libiran, and also our common friend Shana Sino, right? So, and even Mommy N. That's where actually at that time, Mommy N, hindi pa kami ganun, we're not yet that acquainted. So, later in life, that's when I realized, oh, you were also there. So that was the start of my book
Small
writing
world
journey.
talaga,
But
no?
yeah,
Social media.
but after the boot camp, there was no book that was written, published. The book came about, I should say, like just last year. The original book concept in 2013, I was able to launch it last year. The ebook is called How
Wow!
to Live Your Life Extraordinarily. So it took a while
Haba
for me to
pala ng
really publish my own
journey
book.
na yun,
Yes,
'no?
because the first book that I ever published, The Couple Power, that was not the original concept that I came about 2013. Couple Power was conceptualized 2016 when we attended a different program, a foreign program. Foreigner yung mentor namin doon. So, and at that time, there were doubts also in publishing that book because at that time we're just, I think, 1 year married. So how can you publish a book about couples, helping couples
And
stay
you
married
yourself,
when you're
are
just
you
1 year?
yeah.
Yeah. So the idea supposedly was to interview a lot of couples that are married for long years and then feature them in the book. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. And after 3 years of that book was written, I finally decided in 2019 to publish the Couple Power book just before we were set to have a family vacation in Australia. So that was the
Fortunately
trigger
or
point.
sabi mo kanina, unfortunately, na you were not able to interview, but actually, it's fortunate because I read your book and it contains very relatable stories about you and Ains.
Thank you, May. Yeah. So we just focus on our own personal journey as a married couple, and um probably in the near future, we get to produce the book two of that, wherein we can feature more couples. So that's initially my trust in running my financial advisory coaching business to really help more married couples stay together. And because the number one challenge of couples to stay together, or they really face a lot of financial struggles as a couple, and some of them choose to separate, and because of those financial problems. So that's why I thought of coming up with that book so that I get to reach out to these couples that are struggling financially and so support them in that aspect.
That's so nice. So aside from couple power, no, you have some other books with diverse and yet powerful
Yes.
themes like Nanay Knows Best, Tata is My Hero. So did you plan to write all these books, or was there like a life event that happened that made
Yeah.
you prompted you to write these books?
Yeah. So actually, I did plan to write all these books. The Nanay Knows Best, Tata is My Hero. They're all brought about by my desire to give value during the pandemic. Because during the pandemic, we all know we're all locked down, and I wanted to take part in spreading inspiration to people. So I decided, why not come up with an interview series wherein I get to interview mothers and then eventually fathers in preparation for Mother's Day in May and then Father's Day in June. And then later on, during the discussions with the authors that I or the interviewees, I throw the idea of why not turning that interview series into a book. And they all agreed. I think not all, but basically
Most,
most
yes.
of them agreed.
Yeah.
Wala na lang nagawa yung iba. Because the majority of them agreed and they were excited about it. In fact, just to share a trivia about it, that book was just, I think, 2 months in the making. So I think that's the value of like concerted effort,
So,
collaboration, because we all know that if you're just alone doing writing a book, it will take a while for you to write your own book if you're alone. But if you have a lot of people contributing to it, and then you're just there to just be the like the anchor or the guide and the pusher. Oh, come on. Ano na natin to? I-publish na natin to and all that. Meron tayong deadline. Ah, mabilis. Mabilis lang pala. So talagang doon ko na-prove, I was able to prove there that indeed when you have a vision and then you have a team that will really help you make that vision a reality, it's so much possible. And at that time, I also want to share that I didn't have any resources. No, we all know that publishing self-published books, it really is costly, especially if you decide to have it printed.
that we want to
And so,
break Thrive and Grow book
yeah, so I was
publishing.
courageous enough
Publishing books are
to
costly.
admit to them that I don't have any budget for this one. So if you want to help me out, you may want to like pre-order books so that I'll have a budget for the printing. And eventually, there are mothers in that, especially in the Nanay Knows Best Book authors that really supported my cause in spreading it to as many people as we can during the pandemic. Really want to spread the awareness and the inspiration. So we even had a mom, I think you know her, that got more than the requested amount. Like some just got 5, 10 pieces or 20 pieces at
Limited
that. But she
during
ordered
pandemic.
more, like close to 100 books, I know. And then have them shipped to different parts of the world. Imagine that.
Wow. The power
So
of
I was joking her that mas mahal pa po yung shipping
shipping.
kaysa sa libro. And she
Nakakatawa.
didn't mind it because yeah, she sent the book to special people in her life. Yeah, shout out to Nanay Lourdes Ibarra, right?
Yes. Tita Lourdes has an amazing story. And in one of the
Yes.
future episodes, you'll know who's the Nanay Lourdes that we're talking about. So,
Yes.
um, very, we're just starting in our conversation here, and I'm hearing a lot of golden nuggets for our aspiring authors who are listening to the podcast right now. So, next question. Which book was the most challenging to write, and what did you learn from that process?
Of course, I would have to say the Couple Power book. Yes, because uh, it took a while, like as mentioned, 3 years in the making before I decided to have it published. In fact, I think I have finished writing the book already, but because of the limiting beliefs, the imposter syndrome, the fear of judgment, and all all those things, I didn't really set a deadline to it. Or if I have decided to put a deadline, I was moving the deadline to publish it. That's why it took a while for me to really publish it. So yeah, I think that's the most. I think for any author, that's the first book is the really difficult one to publish because you have to really overcome your self doubts, your all the fears that you have, the worries that you have. What if don't nobody buys my book, or what if people will judge me? What if all those what ifs, and even the cost of publishing a book, where will I get the resources? I have other priorities. I know all of our listeners that are first time authors are having also all those kinds of thoughts, feelings. And so I think that's the breaking point, that once you are able to overcome those thoughts, feelings, and limiting beliefs, you will start to say that, bakit ngayon lang? Di ba? Parang ganun yung magiging thought mo. Sabi ko, ang dali lang pala mag-publish ng libro. Bakit ngayon ko lang ito ginawa? Because as after that, parang nagsunod-sunod na yung opportunities. So yun din yung sinishare ko sa ibang tao. That's what I share to other people, that once you start to show up to the world who you are, and as an author, we all know the advantage. You're raising your credibility, your expertise. You started opening more opportunities for you. So parang sabi ko, parang bakit ngayon ko lang 'to ginawa? Sana pala mas inagahan ko. But we all know that there is always perfect timing for everything. So siguro kung mas napaaga yung pag-publish, baka iba naman din yung dumating na mga opportunities and all that, 'no. So ano pa rin, grateful pa rin ako. I'll always come to a conclusion that everything happens for a reason, a purpose. If there is a delay in it, so there is a reason behind it. And like in the case of couple power, at least mas credible na kami kasi at that time medyo mas matagal na kaming kasal ng asawa ko. So hindi na kami masyadong mapupulaan or maju-judge na bago pa lang kayo mag-asawa, bakit naglalabas na kayo ng libro about advising married couple and all that. So at least that we were able to um get past that concern.
Yeah, and I think um looking at your relationship now, 'di ba? I can see that um it's really effective. Your advice are really
Getting
effective
stronger
because
and
yeah,
stronger. But
right?
of course, it's not a perfect relationship. Yun din naman kasi talaga yung isa sa mga concern ko. So what if bigla kami maghiwalay? 'Di ba parang 'di ba siyempre may mga gano'n ka ring
What did you
thoughts
write a
running
book
in your
about?
mind. So
Yeah,
what if biglang so paano na lang, 'di ba? Parang paano na lang 'yun, naglabas ka pa ng libro, gano'n, 'di ba? So and admittedly, I think this is the first time I'm going to share publicly that, or not naman, but to your audience, that we also went through
life
marriage
goals. Yeah,
struggles. Yes, oo.
all marriages do.
Also came to a point na parang we were already talking ano na ba? Tuloy pa ba o atrasada? Balikan na. We were
Also
also
goes
at
with
that
that.
point.
Yeah, and it
Even we consulted marriage, how do you say it? Marriage counselor or marriage coach
yeah,
to really see and assess for ourselves if is it really still worth it to continue the commitment that we have for each other. And
I think
I think
that
it was a best decision that we have, one of the best decisions that we made, because sabi nga nung coach namin, hindi ka magpapa-coach kung kailan talagang
is right.
sukdulan na yung ayawan niyo na talaga isa't
And
isa.
that's what makes the marriage stronger, no? When you go through, kasi
Mm.
you can only imagine if everything was great every day. Parang
Walang
nakaka-unwind,
buhay, walang excitement, 'di
diba?
ba?
So, it's a roller coaster. There has to be ups and downs. And I think that's what makes you, yung ano mo, coaching mo has more depth. Mas malalim kasi
Oo.
ang dami mong
Kasi
pinagdaanan din.
nakaka-relate ako sa mga
Yes.
pinagdadaanan din ng
So
mga
speaking of
kino-coach ko.
coaching, couples, breadwinners, so your expertise on money and wealth insights, no? And from your perspective, what's the biggest misconception that Filipinos have about money and wealth?
Yun yung that having too much of money will make you a bad person, 'di ba? One of the
True,
we
true.
attended the Millionaire Mind Intensive program, 'di ba, of Lorus. And talagang lumalabas talaga dun na the 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 way we live our life right now is brought about by the limiting beliefs na meron tayo towards money, and it is through our growing up years. Nung kabataan natin, deprived ba tayo? We have the scarcity mindset and all that. So parang feeling ba natin, deserve ba talaga natin magkaroon ng maraming pera? And the exposure, the environment that we have, like if you were exposed to like watching mga movies wherein mga
Ah,
mayayaman nang aapi ng
Telenovelas,
mahihirap,
Ah,
Oo,
yung
maraming
yung yung
gamblers
pala galing
sila.
yung term na hampas lupa at ano,
Oo, yung mga
matatagal, 'di
gano'n
ba?
na parang parang ang mga bida inaapi, 'di ba, mahihirap, gano'n. Tapos 'pag yumaman sila nagiging masamang tao, 'di ba, parang that was the conditioning that we have towards money. And that's why I think most of the Filipinos or that I talk to, 'pag tinanong mo, "Eh, di okey lang kahit ano lang, kahit eto lang simpleng buhay lang, gano'n lang." 'Di ba? But we come to think of it, ginawa tayo ng Diyos na to be great, to be able to, like, accumulate more wealth, but not for ourselves, but to actually share to other people, to be a blessing to other people. And so 'pag binalagyan mo siya ng if you're putting some, ah limitations sa opportunities and sa potentials mo na kumita ng malaking pera. It's like saying na yung Diyos mo, eh, hanggang dito lang, 'di ba? And we all know that na tayo lang naman talaga yung nagpu-put ng limitation sa sarili natin as to the potential or the capacity na kaya nating kumita ng pera. And because nga of our preconceived notions, the way we were brought up, conditioning natin sa environment natin, no? Kaya nga, change your environment eh. If you feel that your environment right now is unsupportive of your dreams and goals, so baka better change your environment. No? Unfortunately, you cannot change the family that you're I mean, kung unsupportive yung family mo sa'yo, na dina-down ka, na hindi hanggang dito ka lang, gano'n. Hindi mo naman sila puwedeng palitan kasi sila naman talaga yung but you can always choose to respond in a positive manner. Choose
Yeah,
to love them probably from afar and create your own space wherein mas supportive na siya sa mga dreams and goals na gusto mo para sa sarili mo.
ang ganda.
I
That's
think
so
yun yung
beautiful, Janice. So,
mm.
for families naman, parents, what are some simple money habits that parents can teach their children early on?
Okay. We were always taught na ako naalala ko nung bata ako, to save. Yun yung pinaka-concept, 'di ba? Mag-ipon ka, hindi hindi pinupulot
Yung
lang ang
piggy bank.
pera, ganyan. 'Di ba? Parang kailangan mong pagtrabahuhan, kasi yun yung conditioning, eh, mental conditioning, conditioning sa atin. Sa akin personally din, 'no, parang if may gusto kong bilhin, 'pag wala kang pera ngayon, 'di ba, kailangan mong pag-ipunan muna 'yan bago mo makuha. So, ako because of all the trainings that I've been exposed to, all the courses and the certifications that I went through so far, parang one of which that I really recommend is yung money management, which is the six-jar system na natutunan natin sa MMI or Millionaire Mind Intensive. No? So, quickly lang, i-share ko lang po yung six money jar system. It allows you to like manage your finances on a more simpler and um, un, ano ba yan?
Organize siguro,
Very
no?
simple way siya
Organize.
na madali siyang masundan na hindi siya unemotional. Unemotional siya kasi
Even kids
meron ka
can
ng
do
guide.
talaga. Even
Oo.
little kids can do this, no? As early as,
Oo. Even the kids can do this,
basta
no? So
marunong
what
sila
is it, no?
mag-count ng money.
Oo. So like, irregardless of how much income that you have, even if you have little or you have big income, if you follow this six money jar system that was taught to us during the MMI, in a way, you'll be able to manage your finances more and more blessings will come to you. So ano ba siya? So the first jar is what we call the FFA or Financial Freedom Account jar. So ito yung jar wherein you put at least 10% of your income for you to have a good retirement, no, for your future. And you don't spend any of it. If ever kukuha ka man dito, your intention is to bring in more money to it. No? It's not for spending. And then the second jar is what we call LTSS. uh, ano nga yun? Long-term savings for spending jar. wherein 10% of your income, you put it there for mga long-term spending, like if you want to invest in a house, in a car, a business, or if you have any debts to pay that you want to pay in a long-term basis, then you can also put in at least 10% doon. And then the next one is what we call the educational jar, which is not for tuition of kids, but for yourself. Because, di ba, kailangan natin mag-continuous improvement, continuous development, because
Agree.
ever-changing yung panahon ngayon. So, we really have to invest in upskilling ourselves para mas maging valuable tayo in the market. We can charge more if you're an entrepreneur, a professional. And if you're a career professional, you can be promoted if you are actually investing in educating yourself. Kasi tumataas yung skill set mo eh. So, next is the necessity jar. We all know that, syempre, bills to pay, yung sa bahay, sa mga anak, and all that, no, utilities. So, at least 55% of your income is being devoted to the necessities jar. So, that's the fourth jar, right? And then, one of my favorite jar is the play jar. I used to not neglect kasi matipid din akong tao. I was brought up to save, 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 save. So, yung play jar is at least 10%. That's devoted for your wants. Oh. So, yun yung mga bagay na gusto mong mag-enjoy ka sa pera mo. And I think that's one of my realizations na dinideprive ko rin yung sarili ko sa mga bagay na magpapasaya sa akin. Kasi nga, I am too focused on the future na I forget na to enjoy what's present, and that the money that I work hard for, kailangan a portion of it, i-enjoy ko din naman. Kasi yun yung mag-i-inspire sa akin para maging hardworking pa ako sa mga susunod na, ano, di ba, na taon. And then, nakalima na, no? The last one is the give jar, which is yun yung pangtulong mo. Like, if you have a church that you're supporting and a cause, or a relative is persistently asking money from you, 'di ba? So, pwede kang yun na yun, dun ka nakukuha. At least, ano lang yun, 5% of the entire income that you have. Siyempre, kung mag-asawa kayo, no, you have to like decide na i, i
Have a together.
isama yung both
Or do you
income
have
ninyo,
your
'di ba?
own?
Sana ganon. And then ang suggestion nga sa atin is like to dedicate a certain amount wherein walang
Hindi
pakilamanan.
mo na kailangan ipaalam.
Oo,
Yes.
akin 'to, 'wag mong sisilipin kung saan ko 'to gagastusin, 'di ba? And then kapag meron na kayo, let's say, tig 10,000 kayo mag-asawa, and then the rest will be like divided among the 6 jars na siya. So, gano'n. And then ideally dapat 'pag separate kayo ng dun sa 10,000, dapat i-manager mo rin yun para hindi mo naman lahat yun gagastusin. So that meron kang, in a way, meron ka ring liberty or freedom on
Yeah.
how you would also spend that money na hindi sisilipin ng asawa mo kung
Ang
oo,
ganda nun.
yun. So
Yeah.
yun yung very quick
Very
na ano, pero
insightful.
very helpful siya. Ikaw, May, what's your, ano, are you able to like practice it
Also
for
abide
yourself?
by that system kasi madali madali siyang sundin and
Mm-mm.
hindi siya complicated. So we want things to be simpler. So yeah, I agree with you, and um naniniwala ako that that thing, financial managing our finances will really make things better for us, for our families, for our relationships. And
Yeah. So before,
curious ako about your
ano,
yes,
ano lang, May, just to, ano lang din, no, add. No? So, just to point out lang po na it's not the amount talaga. It's not really the
through
amount of
the
money.
habit, right?
So, it's the habit, the forming of the habit. Kasi, sabi nga doon ay, kung hindi ka mapagkatiwalaan, 'di ba? Sa maliit na bagay, paano ka pagkakatiwalaan sa malaki, 'di ba? So, kung marunong ka na, disiplinado ka na i-manage yung maliit mong income right now. So, hinahanda ka lang sa mas malaking income. O, kaya that's the reason why there are one day millionaires, di ba, yung mga nananalo sa mga lotto and all that, na in how many months time or a year or two, nawawala na yung income na yun or yung pera na yun. Kasi nga, they were not programmed or they didn't form the habit of how to be able to manage it well. And they even don't know the knowledge na kung saan mag invest gano'n. So, nangyayari lahat spend, palabas yung pera. So, sad to say, yun yung reality. So, that's why it's very important that we invest in yung knowledge, yung proper knowledge, and be able to practice it then.
So, ang ganda nung sinabi mo, and there are a lot of golden nuggets in terms of planning our finances, managing our finances, no? It's really, really important. Curious ako, Coach Janice, about your latest book kasi we're nearing the end of our conversation. What does living life extraordinary mean to you?
Ah. Actually, I really thought of that book as to help yung mga tao na in their crossroads of their life. Like, siguro, empleyado na sila for the longest time. They're thinking of going into business or probably retiring early. Ano kaya yung pwede nilang i-pursue? So, that's my thought of how do you actually live? Kasi a lot of people are living average life when you can actually live an
Very small mindset,
extraordinary life,
no?
right?
Yeah,
Oh, so
sometimes we have very
you're
small
going
mindset.
beyond what
Ito lang yung
you are
possible for
used
our
to.
lives. Yeah.
Oo. You're going beyond what you're used to, your comfort zone, as we all call it. You're stepping into your courage zone, exploring what are the other potentials, what are the other gifts that I can monetize, no? Ano pa yung mga ano? Kasi you have known me as somebody na lifelong learner ako. And then at the same time, I like challenges. So I always challenge myself na itong bagay na 'to kahit na hindi ko siya strength, pero ta-try ko siya. Then eventually, nagugulat na lang ako nagiging strength ko na siya.
Grabe. Thank you so much for that, Coach Janice. So, guys, if you want to get a copy of Coach Janice's latest book, we'll put it in the comments and also follow her for more financial management golden nuggets. She has podcasts and she's on several platforms also. So again, thank you so much, Coach Janice, for gracing our episode of Inspiring Life. And stay tuned for our upcoming episodes. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach May.